Hello friends, welcome back to our NAC lecture series. Myself Narendra Gowli from SK Gandhi College, Kada, District Bid, Maharashtra. I am also IQSC coordinator of our college. Friends, in last lecture series, we have seen about first criteria, that is curriculum aspects. Today we will deal about very important criteria, that is teaching, learning and evaluation, which has 35% weightage. Teaching, learning and evaluation, which has 350 weightage point. Yes, we'll deal later one by one. Yeah. In this, there are some key indicators. Like there are 7 key indicators, friends. Student enrollment profile, which is first key indicator. It has 40 weightage point. Second one is catering to student diversity. It has 50 weightage. Then teaching learning process. It has 50 weightage point. Then teacher profile and quality, it has 60 weightage point. Then evaluation process and reforms, 30 weightage point. Then student performance and learning outcomes, 60 weightage point. And then the last one is SSS, that is student satisfaction survey. It has 60 weightage point. Overall 350 weightage point. We'll take one by one. 2.1 is student enrollment and profile. How are students enrolled? How many students, percentage students are there? Number of students admitted, year wise, data required for last 5 years. And number of sanctioned posts according to universities, sanctioned student post for this admit or enrollment. So we have to provide the data of this student enrolled and student sanctioned data for last 5 years within the various programs. We have to provide such template, friends, like this program name, year wise, year 1, year 2, year 3 and so on. Program name, then program code, whatever the program code may be, number of seat sanctions, then number of students admitted, yeah, according to year wise, year 1, 2, 3 and so. So we have to provide the detail of this program. Suppose it is a BA program or BSc program, whatever it may be, accordingly. Yes, 2.1. Then 2.1.2, average percentage of students filled seats reserved for various categories. You know, there are various categories, SC, ST, OBC, Divyanjan and so on, as per government rules. What are the policy and how many students are actually enrolled or admitted from the reserved category, year wise, according to GOI, government data. So we have to provide the details of the students of reservation category accordingly. This is also a quantitative metric, friends. It has 20 weightage points. Yes, and this formula is also provided actual number of students admitted from the reserved category upon number of students enmarked for reserved category as per government GOI of state government. And this is percentage formula. Then friends, we have to provide this detail in this template, this following template of various category year wise, SC, ST, OBC, NT and so on, Divyanjan, for number of earmarked students for reserved category and actually admitted, means how many students are allotted and how many are admitted. This we have to provide them. Then we come to second 2.2, that is catering to students diversity. This contains 50 weightage point. You know, this is a qualitative metric, friends. It has 30 weightage point. The institution accepts the learning levels of students and organizes special programs for slow learners and advanced learners. You know, you have to describe in 500 words. 2.2.1. You know, there are 2 types of students, slow learners and advanced learner. Friends, you know, so we have to first identify what are the policies, strategies for identify slow learners from level, for entry level, for example, first year, students admitted to first year from +2 level. So higher education can conduct various tests, tutorials, exam commonly, and then from that they can identify the slow learners and advanced learner according to their performance or marks. From that you can conduct various activities. For slow learners, the remedial teaching is one aspect. They can conduct remedial teachings accordingly through the prescribed timetable or academic planning. Yes. Then for advanced learner, what are the strategies or policies or courses conducted for advanced learners, like taking participation in research activities or like competitions, various elocutions, poetries, quiz, science projects, seminars, and so on. So these are the strategies like for higher education, slow learners and advanced learner. So we have to mention all the details about it. Yes. Then 2.2.2 student full-time ratio data for latest completed academic year. Total number of students enrolled in the institution and total number of teachers, full-time teacher in the institution. It has 20 weightage points, and this is a quantitative matrix. We have to provide the formula student teacher ratio. How many students? For one teacher, how many students? We have to provide ratio. If we have, suppose we have 1000 students and there are 10, then 1:100, like this ratio we have to provide accordingly. Yes. This is also quantitative metric which has 20 weightage point. Then 2.3 is teaching learning process, actual teaching learning process, how it is conducted. This is a qualitative metric, friends. So it has 20 weightage point, very important. We have to perform, the higher education have to mention student centric activities or methods or experimental learning, participative learning, problem solving methodology, or various other strategies or methodology for enhancing learning experience. What are the policies or strategies or techniques or methods used by higher education for enhancing learning experience, enriching learning experience? You have to upload the details in 500 words. There might be various experimental learning processes, field projects, seminars, competition, poster presentation, research policies, various conduct experimental process or problem solving. We have the higher education has to mention all this detail, what policies, what methods they apply for, that is student centric methods, quiz or field visits or industrial visits, visit or historical visit or various study tours. All this is included in this aspect 2.3.1 teaching learning process. What are the various strategies or methods used by higher education? It has 20 weightage points. Then next one is 2.3.2. It has 15 weightage point. That it is also qualitative metrics. Teachers use ICT enabled tools for effective teaching learning process. Higher education has to mention details about how many teachers utilize ICT based education methods, what are the ICT based activities, e-content or PowerPoint presentation or media or videos or various links. You have to provide all the details of last 5 years. They have to upload any additional information also, and they have to give the link also for ICT enabled tools for effective learning teaching process. So this is also important aspect 2.3.2. It has 15 weightage point. This is also qualitative metric. Yes. Then we come to 2.3.3 ratio of mentor to students for academic and other related issues. Data for the latest competition year. What is the mentor-mentee ratio? Number of mentors. How many teachers or faculties are mentors? Then number of students assigned to each mentors. What is the ratios? 1:10 or whatever it may be. 1:20. You have to provide the detail formula. Mentor-mentee ratios. Then you have to upload year-wise number of students enrolled and full-time teachers on roll, and various circulars for assigning mentors to mentees. And you have to provide ratio of the faculty and student. How many students each faculty is undergoing as mentor and mentee. So what are the details, strategies or activities he has conducted according to the academic plan. These are the detailed aspects, 15 points. Then 2.4 teacher profile and quality, very important. Quality is quest for quality, which is motto of NAC, excellence, quality. They focus on or highlighted on quality, yes, as we all know. So average percentage of full-time teachers against sanctioned posts during the last 5 years. This is the quantitative matrix. You have to provide, the higher education have to provide full-time teachers detail against the sanctioned post. How many sanctioned posts and how many full-time teachers are filled. You have to provide the details, number of full-time teachers and number of sanctioned posts. Year-wise, we have to provide according to government rules and regulation or any other additional information. This is a quantitative matrix for which has 20 weightage point. Then these are the templates we have to provide. 2.4, 2.1 average percent of full-time teachers with PhD or DDM or MSCM or DSc or DLit or whichever the highest education or degree. We have to provide, this is also quantitative metric. It has 20 weightage point, number of full-time teachers with PhDs and higher education degrees. Data is required for last 5 years. So according to year and number, last 5 years, how many faculty has gone through this degree like PhD and so on. So you have to upload this on a website also provided to this link. Then 2.4.3, this is also a quantitative metric which we all know. Average teaching experience of full-time teachers. What is the average experience of teachers full-time in the same institution? Remember, this is in only same institution, not other institution. Provide data for the latest completed academic year, in number of years. This is also quantitative metric. Total experience of full-time teachers. Data required for last 5 years. Number of full-time teachers with their teaching experience. We have to provide the details of PAN, destination, department and experience and so on. We have to provide in this template number of full-time teachers, year of obtaining PhD degree, or is the teacher still serving the institution, whether he is recognized PhD guide or no, year of the recognition of PhD or research guide, whatever it may, 20 weightage point. Then we come to 2.5, evaluation process and reform. It has 30 weightage point. Evaluation process, very important. After teaching, learning and evaluation. This criteria register has 3 aspects: teaching, learning and evaluation. After learning, evaluation process comes. What is the evaluation process? What are the reforms of evaluation? Mechanism of internal assessment is transparent and robust in terms of frequency and mode. How it is transparent? This mechanism is how it is transparent. We have to upload. This is a qualitative metric, description of not more than 500 words. What are the internal assessment mechanism? Whether higher education is conducting mock test or seminars, quiz, assignment, summative assignment, formative assignment, various assignments, quiz, assignment, projects, field projects and so on. What is this mechanism? Internal assessment. There are 2 assessments. One is internal, one is external. External is conducted by the respected universities. Internal assessment is conducted by the institution. So it has 15 weightage point, 2.51. This is a qualitative metric. Then 2.5.2 is again related to mechanism. Internal assessment, examination rate. Grievance is a transparent, time bound and efficient. How the mechanism, internal grievance is there, mechanism is there for transparent. When the student grievance is there, what are the procedures? Rechecking of examinations. All this related to exam reform. What are the grievance? What is the method? All we have to upload. Higher education has to upload in the respected details of this in this template in qualitative metric. We have to describe in not more than 500 words. What are the mechanism? Then, and this next part is 2.6, student performance and learning outcomes. It has 60 weightage point. As we all know, outcome based education is preferred by higher education and also NAC. We have to describe the outcomes, how the outcomes are fixed or exposed earlier before the academic year on the higher education website. all the course outcomes, specific outcomes, specific course outcomes, all the details for the course and mechanism of communication I have to mention within 500 characters. This is also qualitative metrics. So I have to upload any additional information, paste link for additional information, and also the higher education have to upload all the COs, course outcomes, program specific outcomes. Yeah. Then it has 15 weightage point. Yeah. Then 2.6.2 attainment. We have prescribed that we have finalized the outcomes. Then how are these program outcomes attained by the students or stakeholders? Attainment of program outcomes, course outcomes are evaluated by the institution. Particular course has a particular outcome, BA course like BSc course. Student after performing or completing the degree, certain program outcome has he achieved or no? What is the policy for this? How institution measures the policy that whether student have attained that outcome or no? So you have to describe the method of measuring the level of attainment of POs, PSO, program specific outcome, and COs in not more than 500 words. So higher education can assess this through various exams also, evaluation also, like internal examination, assessment, homework, quiz, assignment, field projects. Yeah. Then how many students are placement cell, through placement cell. All this is considered in this aspect 2.6.2 that these outcomes are achieved or no by the students. Yeah. Then in this 2.6.3, average pass percentage of students during last 5 years. Again, whether the achievement, this is a result oriented aspect. Total number of final year students who have passed out, outcome is achieved or no by through this university examination. Year wise, how many percentage of students passed out in the final year of the degree? You have to provide this data year wise, year 1, year 2, program code, program name, the number of students appeared in the final exams, and number of students passed. So then the percentage arises, how many number of students passed, appeared, and how many passed. So they can calculate this percentage according to this formula. So this is a very important aspect considering the outcome based activity. It has 30 weightage point, how many students have passed out in final degree. Then we come to the last aspect, that is 2.7, that is SSS, Student Satisfaction Survey. This is an online survey conducted by NAAC regarding to teaching learning process. All currently enrolled student list we have to provide. The higher education has to provide all the enrollment student list along with their email ID, given format, name of student, gender, category, state, nationality, email, program name, enrollment number, mobile number, year of joining. The higher education is supposed to submit data in this detailed format. This is a very important aspect. In the previous old format, they had 50 weightage point. Now NAAC has increased to 60 weightage point. Means they have given more weightage to this aspect. This is a type of feedback from student, feedback assessment from student as the form of SSS, Student Satisfaction Survey. So there are some SS questionnaire fixed by NAAC. There are actually, it consists of 21 questions, out of which 20 are multiple choice, while one is open-ended question. 20 of the questions are, students are informed to submit this according to 4 scale basis from 0 to 4, with most positive rated as 4 and most negative response is 0 to 4. In open-ended question, students has to give 3 observation or suggestion, expectation to improve the overall teaching learning experience of the institution. Means this is a feedback, descriptive, in type of descriptive. Students' opinion, they consider the opinion of students. What is his opinion about the higher education? In this SS question, students are asked to perform about specific teaching skills of teacher, academic environment, what are the opportunity growth, and motivational, interrelationship, etc. So some sample questions provided by NAC, like the institute take active interest in promoting entrepreneurship, student actions, field visit, opportunity for student. If the it is maximum extent 4 to 0, 0 is never, 1 rare, 2 sometimes, 3 often, 4 is regularly. The teaching or mentoring process in your institution facilitates you in cognitive, social and emotional growth. Again, 0, not at all, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this, teacher identify your strengths and encourages you to participate in activities. Then not at all, 1 marginally, 2 moderately, 3 very well, 4 significantly. So what are the efforts made by institution to inculcate soft skill? Just like again 0 to 4, not at all and significantly, at the most maximum. This is the feedback mechanism which NAC expects higher education simultaneously when the assessment process is going on. So these are sample questions provided by NAC. So this is the second criteria we have gone through. Thank you, friends.